Hello YouTube, this is Carrie, and seeing as how it's been like a year since I've done one of these body updates, here we go. So first of all, I'm going to rotate 360 degrees so you can see from all angles what I look like. This angle is the one that I'm the most self-conscious about. There we go. There is 2 years and 1 month on hormones and what it has done for this body. So first of all, things that I'm happier with since my last video. Number one, hair. Oh goodness, it is so good to finally have long hair. It looks feminine, it feels feminine. I love it. It's like an entire part of my personality that I didn't know even existed before. Number two, I have lost a significant amount of weight since my last video. In my last video, I was 225 pounds. I am now down to 208 and falling. Basically, I'm sticking to this diet so rigorously that I am not going to cheat no matter what. I am going to be a normal weight for the first time in my life if it kills me. Hopefully by this summer I'll be there. So anyway, number three. Because of the weight loss, I have a much skinnier midsection. As you can see, I've got more of an hourglass shape, more boob development, skinnier waist, and more hips, and more of a bum. Not much, but it's there. Again, this is slowly improving, but progress has been so damn slow. Like, I really don't feel like I've gotten that much visually different since my last video a year ago, except for my hair feminizing and my body losing a lot of muscle, which is making it look more feminine, and losing weight. Really, I haven't gotten that much more breast development or hip development or butt development. It is so slow and gradual that you will barely even notice it. Like, looking in the mirror, you know, chest development, it does look more well developed. You know, the nipples have gotten bigger, they're kind of starting to look like what you would say would be Tanner through 4-stage breast development if I was a teenager. So, you know, they are looking more like female boobs, even though they're still very small. I'm still just a B cup, the exact same size that I was at this time last year. So not a whole lot of improvement there, unfortunately. But they do look more like boobs in terms of overall shape. They have rounded out a bit, so I guess I can't complain too much. Alright, so those are the things that I'm generally happier with. And, oh yeah, also muscle reduction has been the biggest thing of all. You know, I thought that I was kind of getting lankier and skinnier in my last video, but over the last year, the muscles have just continued to melt and melt and melt even more, to the point where now I just feel so feminine in terms of, you know, how, like at work when I'm pitching cards, doing my job poker dealing, I watch the girls doing it and I watch me doing it, and now I feel like my muscle movement and the general feel of my body is definitely more like the girls than the guys. So yay for hormones taking care of that. That is definitely something that they will absolutely do, is they will melt your muscle away. Unfortunately, I still kind of have dangly arm fat because as the muscle has gone away, there's nothing underneath it, and I'm trying to lose weight to get rid of this, but it is hard. Okay, things that I am still not happy with, and there are quite a few of them. So being full-time actually kind of makes this a bit more difficult in many ways, because when you are in transition, you can forgive yourself for imperfections, because you can say, well, there's still a chance that by the time I get to full-time, as I go on in hormones, they will get better. Where now that I am full-time and living my life, socially perceived as female by everybody, like, I'm comparing myself now to cis women, and I'm feeling very inadequate because I know I'm probably not going to get many more changes. And what I have now is pretty much what I'm going to be comparing myself with cis girls for a long time. So the fact that my upper body is still very big, and my arms are still very big, and I still kind of have a big head, and especially my face is really starting to distress me, because my face still has very masculine features. You know, it's still very square, I still have a big forehead, I still have a big chin, you know, my eyes don't look open, I have brow bossing. My face is just really starting to distress me because it does not instantly read as feminine to my own eyes, especially when I'm wearing things that are more androgynous. So that is something that I'm probably going to have to get surgery to correct, just because Well, what do? You're stuck with the bones in your face that testosterone gave you at puberty, so the only way to correct them is to have the testosterone poisoning removed. Other things that I'm still not happy with body-wise. I've mentioned all the dangly fat, and I still have big arms and a big upper body that I'm self-conscious about. But also, like, this is kind of bothering me that I'm still so underdeveloped in terms of boobs compared to the average cis woman, and underdeveloped in terms of butt. Again, it's gotten better. It is definitely looking more, like, I feel like my body profile reads as more or less female. But I feel like I still look like a 13 or a 14-year-old in terms of development. Everything is very small proportionally compared to the giant size of my 6-foot-tall body. And, you know, it's just that, you know, cis women have much more developed round breasts and much more developed hip and thigh fat. And it makes me feel a bit self-conscious that I don't have those, you know. It's like, I'm worried. Do I have a womanly enough shape that someone could find me attractive? You know, is my body too underdeveloped for people to really see me as a normal girl, etc.? Again, being full-time makes it harder because now I'm having to think, okay, well, shoot, I'm post-transition. I'm kind of looking into maybe getting into a relationship, but do I look ideally feminine enough that someone could find me attractive? You know, is a guy going to be able to look at me and say, yes, that is an attractive girl, I want to date her? Or, you know, I still haven't figured out my sexual orientation. Or, you know, like a girl being able to see me as one of them instead of me feeling like a man compared to how feminine they are. These are concerns that being full-time adds into the equation, which makes it a bit harder to still have body features that are not ideally feminine. So that's pretty much my update. It's just things have developed a lot more. And, you know, having longer hair that looks definitely feminine has definitely made passing easier. And the thing is, I feel like a girl now, you know. In the last video, I felt like I was being gendered about half and half. Where now, I have not been gendered male, I have not been asked about which gender I am, or had people remark on my appearance or anything in the last 8 months straight. So now I have confidence that I am passing and that everybody sees me as female. But again, I'm just worried because I still see so many differences between myself and cis women, and admittedly for a lot of trans women these problems don't go away just because you're full-time and just because you're passing. So yeah, I guess that's my talk about my body and what 2 years of hormones has done for me, and the things that I'm still worried about, etc. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll make another video like this soon enough when I feel like it. Bye!